Hello guys, welcome back. In this lecture, we will discuss about another database constraint and that is unique key constraint. Okay, so let's discuss about the unique key constraint first. So the unique key constraint ensures that the values of a column must be unique and not a duplicate value. Okay, and sometimes you need to have this constraint in your tables to satisfy some business logics. For example, let's consider the employees table that we created in the last lecture. We just created the employees table with primary key constraint but no constraint or restriction on other columns of the employees table. Okay, so now if you wish you can create an employee without providing values for its column like email, name, city, salary and so on, and you can also create employees rows with same data for all the columns multiple times, but this is not supposed to be like this. So we need to add some constraint into employees table, and first we will add the unique constraint into it. And here you can see the syntax of adding unique key constraint into an existing table on my screen. So here you can see, since we are updating the table with some constraint, so what we can do here, alter table, table name, and then add constraint and your constraint name. And since we are adding unique constraint, so you need to mention here unique and then you need to add the column name. Okay, or the, I mean the column name that you want to keep as the unique. So all values for that column must be inserted as the unique. Okay. Now let's add the unique constraint to our employees table. So open the PSQL terminal first, and so switch to the terminal and open the PSQL. So sudo hyphen u PSQL. Okay. And here what you need to do, you just need to first check the employee tables slash t employees, and here you can see that we have one index here, that is, or one constraint here, that is employees p key means the primary key. Okay, so we added the primary key constraint here. Now we need to add the unique key constraint here, and you already seen the syntax of adding it. Now let me show you the syntax again. So here you can see alter table, and at the table name you need to add employees and then add constraint and here constraint name. Okay, so let's write this query here, alter table and then employees. Okay, and here you need to add constraint and then employee unique email or emp unique email, and then unique, and here your column name must come. Okay, so when you run this query, what this will do, that it will add a unique constraint over the column email. Okay, and here when you run this query you can see the alter table in the response. Okay, and now when you see the details of this table, you can see slash d employees. So here you can see that there are two indexes, EMP unique email, that unique constraint, B tree email. Okay, now the email is unique for the employees table. Okay, and similarly, if you wish, you can add the unique constraint for the employee code as well. So let's do that as well. So we can add unique key constraint to employee code. Okay, and add it like imp code. Sorry, employee unique imp code. Okay, and when you run this query you will see uh, this in the details of the table, that now we have unique key constraint on two columns of the employee table, that is employee code and the email. Okay, and here I'm taking email and employee code as a unique column for the employees table, and this is very important to know that which column you want to make unique. For example, two or more employees can share the same name and can belongs to same city and can have same amount of salary, but they cannot have same email, contact numbers and employee code. Okay, so here you should avoid unique key constraint for every attributes like name, city, age, gender, salary and so on, and this becomes your responsibility to decide for what attributes you want unique constraint and for what you do not. Okay, now let's insert a row into the employees table. Okay, after adding these constraints. Okay, so what we can do, insert into employees, and here you just need to mention the column names, that is employee code employee code, name, email, city, salary, and then values. And here you just need to add, let's say, emp, sorry, 0003. Okay, and then name, let's say, Alex Sharma, and then email asharma@example.com. And here you need to mention city, let's say Ujjain, and then salary, let's say 45,000. Okay, and now at the semicolon at the end of the query and run this query, and here you can see that the employee record has been inserted into the table. Okay, but what happen if you again try to insert the same query? You will get the duplicate key error or unit key constraint failing there. Okay, so let's execute the same query again, and you will see the error now. Okay, so here you can see duplicate key values violate unique constraint emp unique email. Okay, that means this email is already exist. Okay, so now let's try to change the email, let's say a sharma 1. Okay, and when you run this query, you will again see an error. Why? Because first you can see that the email unique constraint matched first, so it is failing for the email, and now it is matching the employee code unique key constraint, so it is now failing for the employee code. And now if you change the employee code as well, let's say uh, let's make it emp0004, and when you run this query now, you will see that the record is inserted into the database successfully. Okay, and you can verify it using, let's say, select star from employees. Okay, and when you run this query, you will see that there are three employees, like let's say emp001, emp002, and 6. Okay, by the way, you are getting the records like 3 and 6 here. Why? Because two of the records have been failed here. Okay, so their serial number will not be considered here. So like we got errors two times, so their serial number will not be here, so we are getting it like 1 2 3 6. Okay, and these are the employee records that we inserted into database successfully. And that's it. So I hope you got the idea that how unique constraint will work and how to add this in an existing table. So try this lecture at your end, and we will meet into next lecture with not null constraint. Okay, which is another important constraint, because here you can see that we can create employee records without providing null values as well for the name and city and salary kind of attributes. For example, let's say create an employee and remove the salary from here. Okay, and city from here as well. And what you need to do, that just remove this city and a salary and city. Okay, so when you run this query now, this will again insert, sorry, the employee email we need to change. So let's say, and change it as well, make it 5. So here you can see that we are now only providing employee code, name, and email, and we are not providing the value for city and salary. So when we run this query, you can see that the query is inserted a new row into the database or into the employees table. And when you run this, you can see that we, for the last record, we do not have value for any city and salary column. Okay, and we will handle that, we will see that how to handle this in next lecture. Okay, with not null constraint. Okay, so try this lecture. Till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.